Obi threw a challenge, and he asked, he said, anyone who is interested, come and investigate me, both as a business person and as governor. And he has said that consistently for over 15 years.
Of course.
And knowing the kind of politics we play in Nigeria, do you think it's merely boasting? Because the way this government reacts to his criticism, if they had anything against him, do you think that they will hesitate to bring it up?
In fact, he wouldn't even say it. They would have done it long ago. Before 2023, they would have done it. Before 2023 election, they would have done it. In fact, this one is saying that I don't even want him to be saying that. There's no need. If you have skeleton in his cupboard, it would have started from Anambra. Obiano, was he not a governor that told the EFCC, look at this man, he's heading to the airport now, go and stop him. Obiano, the day he handed over, that was the way he was heading to the airport to run back to UK. And it was from Anambra that they told EFCC, go and stop him. P2B has been around all these years. They have been around all these years. So my brother, politics of integrity is not a norm here. People don't want to know your integrity, your diligence, your industry, your sincerity, your faithfulness. That's what Obi want to introduce. And I know with time it will catch on. People will now begin to look at integrity in politics, because that's the only thing that we are lacking. The bane of Nigerian politics, that the people that have been there are selfish individuals. Buhari came for 8 years. He was pushing Fulani agenda. That is why we have so much insecurity. It got so bad that elder statesmen had to sue Buhari to court. That he is the source of insecurity in Nigeria. Mr. Okoro, is that not the height of allegations, so to say? They sued him for 50 billion, Buhari, and they listed all the things he did to bring insecurity in Nigeria. And that is a president of a country. You love a country. You brought insecurity, terrorists into your country, and now they are praising you.
Barrister, let's look at, Obi has been talking about moving from consumption to production.
Of course.
And he says that one of the investments he made in Anambra State was the opening of Sab Miller, the brewery. And a lot of people, including the governor, have said, look, that investment is worth nothing. So beyond that, is there any other investment that Nigerians could point to what Obi did in Anambra State in terms of trying to move the state from a consuming economy to a productive one?
And it's not the fault of Obi.
Okay.
If a brewery is set up with $13 million.
No, beyond the brewery. Okay, you want to talk about the brewery first?
Yes.
Okay.
If the brewery is set up with $13 million, is now worth $5 million, according to his critics.
Okay.
Is it the fault of Obi? This economy that is like this today, is it the fault of Obi? All the things he put in place, like this school system I'm talking about, is it a fact? Obi said that all the senior prefects in all the schools now have his number. I was thinking somebody will say it's a lie. If somebody have chosen to build the human capital, which is the engine room of any country, any government, please, what is wrong with that?
Some people say that the fit in education was because of miracle centers, special centers in Anambra State. No, I'm not the one. That was, people said that.
For the period he was there, the whole of Anambra was miracle centers.
Now, the question is, those miracle centers are elsewhere too, so why didn't they also progress?
Well, I don't know. That is why you counter them now.
No, I'm just asking. You are the analyst here.
Mr. Okoro, there are things that are very loud. You know your critics. Even Jesus Christ was criticized by his own people. So such things are laughable.
Okay, so let's go back to the investment. Beyond the Sab Miller Brewery, Nigerians are looking for what else did Obi do in Anambra State apart from the Sab Miller, apart from saving money, apart from interconnecting the inner city roads and all of that. Is there any other investment? Okay, you've talked about human capital.
Yes, this is in fact, that's the most important. That is the most important of everything.
So now the questions are these. Nigerians are asking, is he able to replicate all of this within 4 years?
An old woman cannot be tired of a dance step she knows too well, even in her old age. Obi has a blueprint on what he's coming to do in Abuja. You only ask him for an opportunity to do it. Everybody knows. Mr. Okoro, Everybody knows that Obi can do it. That one is not in doubt. It is the way to get to it that people are now trying to block with all manner of shenanigans. That's the truth.
Barrister, do you think that Obi will have the capacity as the commander-in-chief to stop insecurity? Knowing the undercurrents,
hold on.
the underlying factors that drive insecurity in this country.
Don't go too far.
Okay.
If there is anybody that can stop this insecurity, it is somebody from the southeast. You know why?
I don't know.
He's a neutral person in this matter. Because what is driving this insecurity is ethnic and religious sentiments. Obi is not a Muslim, so there will be no religious sentiment.
So won't it be like your people are killing my people?
No,
when Azubike Hejirika tried to stop Boko Haram, they said, look, your people are killing my people. So what is going to change?
They were doing politics that time.
So what gives you the impression that politics will not be played again?
It will not come because they're not tired now.
Are you sure they are tired?
The monster they created is now trying to finish them. So they are.
When you say that the North is tired, Governor of Borno State, Zulum, the other day said, politicians, people in government are the ones feeling insecurity in the North.
Yes.
So what gives us the impression that they are tired?
It is his people. He knows them.
Okay.
He didn't mention
so
them.
I go back to that question again. What gives you the impression that an Easterner, somebody like Peter Obi, will have the courage, the will, and there won't be a pushback?
Before Peter Obi came to Anambra, the Uba brothers were urban terrorists. They burned down Oka. It's on record.
Okay.
Before Peter Obi came, is that not true? You saw what they did with Ngige, Mbadunuju and Co. Abi? Obi came in and everybody, because look, you don't need to make noise. You know, they say a dog that bites doesn't bark.
A lot of people cite the instance of his inability to resolve the crisis in the Labour Party.
In the Labour?
Yes, and they say if Obi cannot fix Labour Party, what guarantee do we have that he can fix the problems of Nigeria?
There are external factors, and then they cut...
external factors. People are accusing IMF, World Bank of being external factors in Nigerian economy. So if he can't withstand external factors within a small political party, how can he do that in a whole country? 220 million people counting.
Look at the difference now. The difference that INEC has come back to their senses. Abi?
Really?
There are things that are legal matters. Obi cannot take laws into his own hand now. Okay. But now, the truth is coming out. They say when you take something that belongs to a child and raise up your hand, when your hand begin to pain you, you bring it down and the child will collect what belongs to him. I told you here that this thing the INEC is doing with Abure, it will not fly, because it's a question of somebody going to court with that Supreme Court judgment and shut down everything Abure have done so far. It's a simple matter. Is that not what happened? So INEC realized that look, they will be in trouble if this thing go further. Because the judgment is there very clear. When they got tired, did they not do the needful? That is how to tell a man you're a fool. You don't need to say it. INEC, all those times they were delaying and wasting time. What was it for? I said I pity those people. In fact, I sympathize with them, those who were dancing around Abure after the Supreme Court has spoken, the highest court in the land. And you think you get a victory from there. Can you imagine? They are not looking forward. That is why I keep telling people, I don't like when I'm telling people something I'm very sure of, something I know, and you are doing your head like that, you know better. Be proactive. Think ahead of your enemy. Be there before he gets there, so that you know that yes, you know what you are doing. I said it several that this is Abure is doing. He's wasting his time.
Okay.
I said it.
Okay, but Barrister, let's go back to fixing insecurity, the political way to do that.
Why not?
You believe Obi can do it?
I told you how a neutral person can do it. When Jonathan invited Ihejirika, did you not see what Ihejirika did? But because of the kind of person Jonathan was in office, they manipulated him and the man had to back down. Okay. Now, with that experience, Obi cannot make the same mistake. It's a question of the political will to give the generals marching order. Mr. Man, you see this particular place. In the next 2 months, 3 months, I don't want to hear or see one single terrorist in this place. This IDP camp, I want it closed. People should return back to their ancestral home. Marching order. Let me see that person that will, of course, you will lose your job. By the time Obi sack 1 or 2 persons, they will sit up. When Barrdarlington wanted to give up prepaid meter, they say it's not possible. The man insisted. All this NEPA wizard, they say no, they can't do this. It was when Barrdarlington sacked two NEPA managers in one day. Everybody sat up. And prepaid meter came under battle.
Okay, so, all right, Barrister, let's look at
that have worked.
Okay, examples that have worked. Let's look at he talks about cutting down on the cost of governance, which has more like become an albatross in Nigeria. You understand what is going on in this country, both at the federal and at subnational levels. Now, a lot of people say that, look, the best intentions don't necessarily produce the best outcomes. Obi as president might have good intentions about cutting down on the cost of governance. How about the people with him? The systemic rot. People have to travel and all of that. Do you think with what he did in Anambra State, I keep going back to replicating it, you know? So is he going to...
Obi will tell you no medical treatment abroad. Whatever is wrong, it must be treated here. There is no...
That is if he builds hospitals.
Of course, you will equip the hospital. Why not?
But before he does that. Before he does that.
It's not before he does that. From the day he enters office, that will be his program. Whatever sickness, you must do it here. And then immediately, they will start equipping the hospitals. That is the first thing. Then agriculture. All these people that are disturbing our farmers, you army officers, from now, farmers must go back to farm. And nobody should be killed in the farm.
How much of a political force can a president be if he doesn't have a compliant National Assembly?
Please, do you need anybody to tell you to comply? People will look. The people are wiser now. They will go there and sack them if they continue to be recalcitrant like they have been. Have you not seen it? Even Togo here. People went to their national and sacked them when they want to make useless laws. Did you not see it? They chased them out of that place. So those days are gone. When Obi come into office and begin to do the right thing, look, he don't even need any police army to. It is the people that will be guarding him. I'm not joking. The people's will. If Obi come today and people will go to the market with 10,000 naira because the economy is picking up, and you are there in the National Assembly trying to make law that you will not agree, you want, Obi will not give you money, do your work. When you now insist, he will expose everybody. Obi will tell Nigeria, look at what these people are doing here. Nobody will tell them to sit up. All those nonsense will stop. I'm not joking. People will go there on their own and say, look, we are chasing you people out of this place. You are the one disturbing our life. Yes, that is democracy. Nobody will tell them to sit up. Did you see what happened in Anambra? He was impeached twice, and twice the court said, go back to your job. Is that not after that they left him alone? No, is that not after that they left him because he was not giving them money? Was that not the issue? If Obi is not corrupt, and he do why will you now say you don't want to comply with? Why? No, tell me. That is, look, example is better than precept. If you have a good leader, people will follow. A good leader, people will follow immediately. When Buhari and Idiagbo came on, didn't you see how Nigeria were complying, even with a military regime? When they brought why? Didn't you witness it? Because of the leadership. When Chinua Achebe read the problem of Nigeria, you think the man didn't know what he was saying? Leadership. If you show example, people will follow automatically. You don't need to tell them or beg them. They will see that this man is sincere and they will follow through. Whether you are from Hausa, Yoruba or Igbo, you will comply because humanity is the same. What is driving the Western world? Is it not good leadership? Any other thing?
Barrister, from the footage we watched before the show, at the beginning of the show, he said something. That event happened 9 years ago. At that point, he said that states were spending like 2 billion naira per month, on the office of the First Lady, which is quite unconstitutional. Now, this is 9 years down the line. That amount must have
it has even gone to billions, so you can see.
Now, we see, I'm still talking about cutting down on the cost of governance. You see the president is doling out large sums of money to support people who made Nigeria proud. By the way,
exactly.
First Lady has also been doing same. The other day, she went to UI, donated 1 billion naira, and last week she gave 1 billion naira to Benue IDPs and all of that. Barrister, all these monies, Nigerians are divided on the propriety or otherwise of those largesse. But the larger question is, was there appropriation for those monies?
Good.
Does anybody have the right to spend our money
Nobody.
without authorization?
Nobody. In fact, that's the irony of the whole thing. Nobody. Mr. Okoro, that is why the National Assembly is there. Every kobo the executive will spend must be appropriated. But in this case now, Tinubu is now the Minister of Finance and the Governor of CBN, who are in custody of our money. That is why these things are happening right, left, and center. And nobody is asking questions. And Obi cannot do this. I know him. I can sweat for that. Is I am very sure I can beat my chest. Obi cannot be profligate with our money. It's not possible. He will use money to do the work of Nigerian, and that is how the only way the economy can pick up. That is the only way the naira can become strong again. And if Obi does that, who else will now come and say, I want to do otherwise? If Tinubu did not approve of the money the National Assembly is spending, will it happen? No, tell me. It will never happen. After all, they have their salary mapped out in room fac. You collect your actual salary. The commissioner that work with Obi, did any of them come to complain that they were not paid? Collect the actual salary you need to collect. What is killing Nigeria is the extras that are necessary. Your salary is 1 million, but at the end of the day, it got to 30 million. That is the issue here. Your salary is 1 million naira. But when they do all the calculations,
in fact, on one of those occasions, Peter Obi was impeached because he refused to play ball with the State House of Assembly.
Exactly. And when the matter got to court, they couldn't even pinpoint anything Obi did. That's why the court said, "Go back to your job." It's simple. So they can't try it even at the National Assembly.
I keep going back to this point that look, a lot of people say what went down in Anambra is just a small state. We are talking about a big Nigeria, 36 states with FCT, over 220 million people counting.
Okay, hold on.
How much do you think a man can do in just 4 years?
Do you know how inventions are made, Mr. Okoro? They use a microcosm.
Okay.
So yes, when scientists are doing research and trying to invent something, they use the microcosm of that the prototype of that invention to check how perfect it is. When they have seen that it works, that small one they have done, before they will now start multiplying and replicating it for mass production. Is that not true? They don't just start mass producing anything without first of all using a prototype, a microcosm to check this thing we are inventing, will it serve humanity? They check, they now test it for many years, see the workability. When they have perfected it, they now open up for mass production. All the drugs, that's how they do it. They can't just wake up and start mass producing anything that has not been tried and tested. So if Obi can do it in Anambra, that template can be replicated any other place. I gave you example of countries where this thing work. The man in Argentina, is it a fact that he balanced their budget after 135 years? Is it a fact? What magic did he use? Does he have two heads? And Obi can do it here. He just told you how to save money to pay off our debt. He just told you. Meanwhile, these people are still borrowing. Meanwhile, there's no clear-cut measure to pay back.
Okay.
If you are paying debt with 51% of your income, how much is left? And Obi cannot do that. The money is going into profligacy.
As at 9 years ago, we were paying we had 38%, and this administration made it at 96, but they have brought it down to 60-something%. This particular administration, isn't that an improvement?
What is improvement? No, leave the percentage. What is improvement, Mr. Okoro? They made this debt at 40-something according to you. Now it is over.
No, debt servicing.
So what are they doing now? If you are servicing a debt with 20 naira, and you are borrowing a debt that is above 50 naira, what are you doing? What you are paying is useless. You are spending 20 naira and you now go and borrow 50 naira. Are you saving any money? Ask yourself that question. That's why the thing is climbing.
Okay.
If there have been improvements.
All right, Barrister, can you in 30 seconds give us your concluding thoughts?
My concluding thought.
The possibility of a 4-year term to make impact in just 4 years.
In the first place, the constitution says 4-year term.
Okay.
All these two, I don't know who brought these 8 years. I don't know. Even this north and south, I don't know who brought it.
It's a term limit.
It's not in our constitution.
Okay.
I don't like. I've been telling you, if somebody can break these jinx, and we get somebody from one remote area in Nigeria that will develop this content, I don't care.
Okay.
And so this you must be 8 years. As if the people that have been ruling Nigeria for how many? Almost 50 years now in the north. Okay. What impact?
All right.
What impact has it not brought to the northern region? Is it not poverty?
All right. Then.
So this must be killed. That's why people, I don't know, when I'm talking, they don't listen. This permutation must be killed so that we can get the best hand anywhere in Nigeria.
All right,
and stop this north and south.
Okay, all right, then. Thank you very much, Barrister Darlington Agomod.